What is up, fellow Yu-Gi-Oh fans? I'm the one and only Glenn Gwyn, and today I'm showcasing my True Draco Sky Striker deck profile. I'm sorry this one's taken a little bit longer to upload, but I've been a little bit under the weather. I have that thing called man flu where you think you're dying, so right now if you hear me sniffling at this time of recording it is because I'm not very well. But I wanted to give you the best content that I could for the channel, and I'll try and get through this the best that I can and as informative as I can. So let's get straight into the deck profile. We are going to start with the monsters. Excuse me, so you can hear me sniffle there. So we are going to start with triple Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. I really wish that I could find this card in Secret Rare, but it's still quite expensive at the moment, so I'll stick with the original Ultra Rares. All your True Draco cards are tribute summoned with either a continuous spell or trap, or you can just use a monster for their tribute. But when you do use cards like Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, or you use True Draco Heritage for the tribute summon, all the spell cards will go off in graveyard, meaning that you can destroy spells and traps, meaning that it can also destroy any problematic card on the field, including cards like Imperial Order. So that's, if you're worried about the Sky Striker part and the element of this part of the deck, then do not worry, because the True Draco cards will help with coinciding with the Sky Striker cards. Ignis Heat has an effect also. All your monsters have an effect where if your opponent activates a card, you can use its effect. Ignis Heat will bring a spell card to your hand, or you can activate it from the deck. We are running 2 Majesty Maiden, and I've cut her just because I keep seeing her and it's really annoying in my deck. I'm the only person that just seems to see all 3 of her in my starting hand, and I really don't want that, so I've decided to cut her down to 2. She allows you to add a monster from your deck to your hand. It has to be a True Draco card. Then we are running the 1 Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter. It'd be nice if we could bring this guy back to 2, but you can see why he's at 1 and he's limited for a reason. Because you can activate your trap cards from your deck, meaning you can play cards like True Draco Apocalypse, which can halve your opponent's attack and defense, and it's non-targeting. And also when it is tribute summoned, basically the Apocalypse will go off in grave where you can destroy monsters on the field. I am risking this. I am running the 1 Metaltron, the True Draco Combatant. You don't have to play this card, you can take this card out of the deck, but because we're running an extra deck with this, we don't even use our extra deck. But if Metaltron is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can use its effect to bring out any of your extra deck monsters, but I'll show you my extra deck choices in just a moment after the deck profile. Yeah, this card, I can see why people don't play it. It's very situational, but if you can pull off bringing Metaltron out of your deck, you're not losing the door, because it is unaffected by card effects, unless you get Kaiju'd. That is the only difference, but most of the time, your opponent's not going to get over this card. Then we're running 2 Inspector Borders, because when you are going first, this card is fantastic. All you need to do is just play this card down, slap it down. Your opponent cannot Ash Blossom you, they cannot use Ghost Ogre or Snow Rabbit, they cannot use any hand traps or monster effects with Inspector Border on the field. So that is my monsters. We're not running that many. So going into the spell cards, we are running triple Dragonic Diagram. This card is absolutely fantastic. All your True Draco monsters will gain 300 attack. That is a continuous effect by this card's effect. Once per turn, if one of your True Draco cards would be destroyed by battle, it would not be. Also, it has a really good effect about once per turn, so you can destroy 1 card you control or in your hand. Most likely it's going to be a True Draco card, so they can get their effects off in the graveyard, and you can add a True Draco card from your deck to your hand. So Dragonic Diagram is absolutely fantastic. We run the 1 Terraforming, so we're basically playing 4 Dragonic Diagrams in the deck. We are running triple True Draco Heritage. Nothing really changes on that side of things. You can draw cards off of Heritage by the amount that has been, like the True Draco cards that have been sent from the field to the graveyard that turn. We're running 3 Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix to shuffle 3 True Draco cards back into your deck from the graveyard to draw 1 card. Both of these cards are actually fantastic also, because on your first turn you can tribute summon twice, and then you still get your normal summon, because it's 2 different effects to immediately tribute summon after their effects have gone off. We are running, for draw power, we're running double Pot of Duality. I've only taken this card down by 1. Only because it can brick heavily, and because we are running so much draw power in the deck, and we're changing it out because of the Sky Striker aspect of the deck. So we've had to change our ratios to 2-2-2, and you know how much I love my ratios at 2-2-2. We're running 2 Pot of Desires. I really wish I could get some ultimate Pot of Desires, but they're so expensive at the moment. Pot of Desires, self-explanatory. We're running a lot of multiples in the deck, so it doesn't really matter what you're banishing, as long as it isn't Metaltron, which I kind of do quite a lot, especially if you're running only 9 monsters in the deck. Sometimes you do lose quite a few of the monsters, unfortunately. 2 Pot of Extravagance. Yes, I said we're running an extra deck, but you don't actually have to rely on your extra deck. You don't actually need your extra deck. Yes, we're running Super Poly, but it does not conflict with Pot of Extravagance. I get told in the comments all the time, why are you running Super Poly when you're running Extravagance also? Because if you set Super Polymerization, when it gets to draw phase, standby phase, activate Super Poly, then you can bring out your extra deck monster. Then you go to start a main phase 1, then you activate Pot of Extravagance. That is the best way to play it. Please do not doubt why I'm running it like that. Then we are running triple Card of Demise, draw 3, and you always go through your whole entire hand, unless of course you brick with your monsters, but you can still unbrick with this deck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And we're going to round off the draw power with the 1 Upstart Goblin. Testing this card out, it's fantastic. You don't really care about giving your opponent life points. If you're going to game 3, then obviously you side it out, because you don't want your opponent to have all those life points. So that is all my draw power and the True Draco spell cards. I really do recommend running Sky Striker Mobilize Engage at 3. I just do not own a 3rd at the moment, so I've had to change the ratio of the deck slightly. So we're running it at 2. This card is absolutely fantastic. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, well, how is this going to work if you control no monsters in your main monster zone? Because most of the time your True Draco monsters will be on the field. Now, there is rank 5 monsters in your extra deck if you haven't used Pot of Extravagance already and you haven't lost them. So we're running Volcasaurus and we're running Greedy Saramea, which I'll show you very shortly. So they will go to your extra monster zone. So when you've got a monster in your extra monster zone, your main monster zones are free, okay? So you can use this card as much as you want. Most of the time you're going to be running 3 spells immediately from your hand anyway. So you're going to have 3 spells in your hand, you're going to play this card, you're going to add your Sky Striker cards and interruptions like Widow Anchor or Afterburners. Then you get to draw 1 card. Then we are running triple Widow Anchor. Like I said, I love this card. I think it's a fantastic card. So triple Widow Anchor, if you control the monsters in your main monster zone, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field. Its effects are negated until the rest of this turn. If you have 3 spells in your graveyard, or 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you actually get to take control of it until the end phase, so you can use it as link material if you want to go into Borrow Load, if you need it by any means necessary. We're running the 1 multi-roll. Don't often see myself playing this. Usually I'll just use it as a tribute summon if anything. It is a continuous spell, so that really helps with the True Draco plays. Then we're running the 1 Afterburners to target a monster and target a spell trap on the field and destroy it. So that is our Sky Striker cards. We're running the 1 Super Poly, like I said, activate it in standby phase, you're good to go. You can always unbrick your hand also by discarding the card as cost. True Draco Apocalypse for trap cards, so we're running them at 3. We're running the 1 True King's Return. Unfortunately this isn't up to 2 or 3, it is still limited for obvious reasons. Good for tribute summoning, really good for special summoning your True Dracos back from your graveyard also. And then last but not least we're running 2, there can be only 1. This card just looks like Danny DeVito. I don't know why, just have a look at this card. Why does this look like Danny DeVito? I have no idea. But yeah, there can be only 1, self-explanatory really. You can only control 1 type of each monster, so that really helps in, especially, I find myself playing zombies a lot lately, so when you activate this with Zombie World, it kind of conflicts with everything, and your opponent can only control 1 zombie, so it's fantastic to play against, and it really stops the tribute summoning factor, where Zombie World does stop True Dracos. You've always got your spell traps to actually stop Zombie World in the graveyard by destroying it. So that is my main deck. Then we're going to go into the extra deck. So we are running the 1 Borrow Dragon, and then our Super Poly targets are Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Dragostapelia, and 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp. I find myself going into these quite a lot lately, so if you banish one of them off Extravagance, it really doesn't matter because you always have the other 2. But then here is all of our Metaltron targets, and when I say Metaltron targets, when he is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can bring any of these cards out by his effect. So now, when I said you could bring these cards out, I don't mean you should bring these 2 off of Metaltron's effect. These are just more for overlaying your level 5 Ignises and your Majesty Maidens to go into your extra monster plays, so you'll have no monsters on the field in the main monster zone, so you can activate your Sky Striker cards willingly. So Volcasaurus can destroy a monster on the field, and your opponent will take damage equal to that attack. Greedy Saramea, if you're facing Trick Stars, I guess. I don't think you'll be facing Trick Stars anytime soon, but any effect damage that you take will be inflicted back to your opponent. So that is my choices for that. Now, all the Metaltron targets, so you can bring these cards out if you would like to. Thor, Lord of the Azir, you can bring the Churia Beast, you can bring Naturia Barkion. Anything that's a wind, fire, it's wind, fire, earth, and water, I believe, that you can bring out from Metaltron's effect. One clearing Synchro Dragon. It really does vary on the play. One Majestic Star Dragon, one Shooting Star Dragon, one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon that you can bring out, an Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, and the main card that I bring out that wins me every duel. So when I lose Metaltron, I bring this out for free. I bring Naturia Exterior out. It doesn't need to be Fusion Summon, you just bring it out for free from the extra deck, and you can just pop all your opponent's cards. Anything that activates spell, trap, or monster effect, all you have to do is removing one card from your graveyard and then sending the top card from your deck to the graveyard. We're running a 43 card deck, I believe, or 45 cards, so it really doesn't matter. So Naturia Exterior just stops everything. That's not even once per turn. It's a fantastic broken card. Now, into the side deck, it's all up to personal preference and what you're running at your locals, who you're facing, but at the moment I'm running triple Grass Sphere mode. Now, I don't own any Nibiru's, but if you have Nibiru the Primal Being, then just swap it out for this, because this is my Nibiru. So when I bring this card into the side deck, I know I'm playing combo decks, and I know to Sphere mode their cards. Then we're running triple Mind Control. I've put this card back into the side deck. It's absolutely fantastic. It has won me a few duels. It's nice to take control of my opponent's monsters that can't do anything to stop me, and I can just attack over their monsters with their own monsters. Especially for combo boards also, we run Dark Ruler No More. Now this coincides really nicely with Mind Control, so if they're running Rocket Guard Dragon Link, or if they're running any kind of Crusadia Guard Dragon, any huge heavy boards where they finish on Appaloosa, Heretic Seal, and Borreload Savage Dragon, you play Dark Ruler No More, they're not going to stop you. You're free to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Have Mind Control also sided in, because if you have it in your first hand with Dark Ruler No More, odds on you are going to be taking their monsters and attacking over them with it. And then back row hate, we're running double Twin Twisters, and then last but not least, we're playing 2 Solemn Strikes and 2 Solemn Judgments. So boys and girls, thank you very much for watching my deck profile. Hopefully you found it somewhat informative. Use this deck as a guideline to how you would like to play. Please smash that like button, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and become a Glen Pal today, and hopefully you will enjoy more epic Yu-Gi-Oh content, gameplays and live streams that are on the channel. Now, before I throw up and go sick all over the screen, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you boys and girls in the next one. I really did try hard with this video, even though I'm very unwell at the moment and I'm sniffling all the way through it. So I'll see you boys and girls in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.